Nanna spriha Raghupate hridaye asmadiye Satyam vadami cha bhavan Akhilantaratma Bhakti prajacha Raghupungava Nirbharang me Kamadidosarahitam Kurumanasancha Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. O God, I tell you the truth. I have no other desire, and you, being the innermost self of all beings, know it very well. O God, give me the ardent devotion only and make my mind free from all impurities like passion, etc. Om, peace, peace, peace. Good evening to all. I am very glad to be present with the Bhakti Yoga of Swami Vivekananda, which we have been reading from the chapter Universal Love and Self-Surrender. Swamiji is just telling that when that Parabhakti, supreme love, devotion, that grows in our mind, gradually we find that everything is being done by the will of the God, and we become completely an instrument in the hands of gods. It is called self-surrender. In the Gita also we find Bhagavan Sri Krishna is telling Arjuna, Nimittamatram bhavasabhasaching. Just whatever is planned, I am doing everything, but you become a fit instrument in my hands, means in the hands of God. So that is the supreme devotion, supreme love, that I do not have any personal opinion and ego. Everything, whatever God wills, I will. Let thy will be done. We shall do that. So that stage comes. This ahankaro vimuratma kartaham iti mannate. It goes, it falls automatically. I will do it, I have to do it, I have to take this decision. In Dakshineshwar, in the life of Sri Ramakrishna, we find in the Ganges, when Sri Ramakrishna found that in the Panchavati, the Dakshineshwar temple garden, one place, very secluded, Sri Ramakrishna wanted to do more intensely japam and meditation, completely to remain absorbed in the meditation. Then he wanted to surround. Some day it came in his mind, as if there had been a little fencing, then because it is a jungle, other animals will not come, nobody also will come. Bas, nicely one can sit inside, master could sit and meditate without being disturbed. It just flashed in his mind, and the next day he found that there were some jute sticks, and on that one some ropes also to make a fencing, and one which is made of a device made of iron, which should not float, but it was also floating, floating on the Ganges. And Sri Ramakrishna found it, it came or going, just it stopped there where Master was standing by the side of that Panchavati. So Master was thinking, whose it is, I will not take. Then Master said, no, it is not going. All things are flowing. It is staying there. So how God's will happens? Everything God sends, whatever we need. Arjuna You just become a fit instrument. Don't try to show that you are the doer. That ego should vanish. Your small ego will merge into the big ego, that cosmic ego of God. That is what the devotee finds. So Swamiji was telling that last week we read, we may all manage to maintain our bodies more or less satisfactorily and for longer or shorter intervals of time. Nevertheless, our bodies have to go. There is no permanence about them. Blessed are they whose bodies get destroyed in the service of others. Wealth and even life itself, the sage always holds ready for the service of others. In this world, there being one thing certain, namely death. It is far better that this body dies in a good cause than in a bad one. So, we quoted Swamiji's that poem, that why you are hesitating and searching for God here and there. Where are you searching? It is, God is there in everyone. So my God is present, my chosen deity is present in all. So the devotee gets joy in serving others, not being compelled, forced. Automatically it comes. So Swamiji quoted this from Hitopadesh, this verse of wisdom. Dhanani jivitanchaiva pararthe pragya utsrijet sannivitte varang tyago vinashe niyate sati. Those who are sages, wise people, men of knowledge, wisdom, they do not waste their time, their wealth, their life, everything, all the resources they have got in this life. They utilize it for the good of others because they find that my chosen deity is present through all these things. So I have to serve them as the service to my master, to my chosen deity. They don't hesitate, rather they remain ever ready and get joy. Voluntarily they do it joyfully. This life is short, and these vanities of life are also transient. They alone live who live for others. It is better to give up this body for the good of others, because today or tomorrow this body will go. It is better to be utilized than to be rusted. It will one day, gradually, old age, it will go. Then Swamiji is telling, we may drag our life on for 50 years or 100 years, but after that, what is it that happens? Everything that is the result of combination must get dissolved and die. There must and will come a time for it to be decomposed. Then he says, not only we, Jesus and Buddha and Muhammad are all dead. All the great prophets and teachers of the world are dead. This is the fact, very bitter truth. But those who are devotees, they accept it. It is not a bitter truth, it is joyful, it is joyous truth. That yes, in this creation, whatever has been created must be dissolved and die. Anything that is caused out of combination, result of combination, must decompose. Even the world teachers, prophets. So, we should not waste our time. We should utilize it in the service of my chosen deity, feeling his presence everywhere, in everyone. There is a wonderful mantra, this in Rig Veda. It is there. Sarve sukhina santu, sarve santu niramayaha, sarve bhadrani pashyantu, ma kaschit dukkha bhag bhavet. That let all be happy, let all be free of diseases, let all remain in good health. hell and hearty. And let none should see anything wrong. Let everyone see his auspiciousness, good in others and in everything. And let none should suffer from any misery. Om, peace, peace, peace. Wonderful, universal prayer. Hindu, Muslim, Buddha, Christian, Jain, American, African, Indian, European, Australian. No. Sarve sukhino santu. Let all be happy. This life is short. Vanities of life are transient. Whatever name, fame, whatever I am gathering, how long it will be with me? If I do not do something good, people will they remember? Why we remember Buddha? Why we remember Chaitanya? Why we remember Jesus? Why we remember all the prophets who have given up their lives for the good of others? What is the speciality in them? What special things they did? What great things they did? They gave up. The greatest thing they gave is that, yes, we have realized the truth. We see oneness in everyone. God is one. That ultimate reality is one. Love everybody. Everybody praise love, compassion. And don't think that you are the body. This body has maximum its value for 100 years. After that, it will not be. So utilize your time, your body, your all resources, your intelligence, your thinking, your all organs, not for anything bad. Yani Anuvadhan, again I am quoting from the Upanishad. Vedas, there is there. Yani Anuvadhani karmani, tani sevitobhyani, no itarani. In the Vedas it is there. Always do the welfare activities, service activities, helping others, doing good to others. Never ever do anything that is wrong, that is harmful to the society. Don't think that everything is your body, your mind, everything, selfishness. No. Swamiji said, unselfishness is God. If you want to realize God, be unselfish. Jesus Christ is telling, blessed are the pure in heart, for they shall see God. What is the purity of heart? No unselfishness, no me and mine, completely thee and thine. Loving all the creatures not as my brother, sister, biological relation, no, spiritual relation. I love each and every one because I find the presence of that ultimate reality, that my chosen deity in everyone. So wonderful ideas are there, which has been taught by all the teachers. Jesus, Buddha is telling, Ananda Atma Dipo Bhavo, you become the light yourself, the lamp yourself before others. Why you will be dependent on others? Others will help you, it is echoing. Why you should be dependent on others always? Give whatever you have. Because nothing, if you don't give automatically, it will be taken away from you when you die. All your intelligence, all your power, all your good things, resources will be taken away. Nothing will go with you. So utilize it as best as possible with the idea, seeing the divine. Divine is serving the divine. Then your divinity will come out, will be manifested. You will feel the presence of divine in, within and without. So, Swamiji is telling that devotee does all these things. A bhakta, when that parabhakti, supreme devotion, love for God, enters, grows in our minds, our outlook becomes completely changed. Sacrifice, doing good to others, voluntary activities, all these things automatically comes. We cannot but do that. We cannot remain happy within ourselves, thinking of our own self, our own family, my own body, like that. So we see that there must, and will come a time that everything will be decomposed. Jesus, Buddha, Muhammad, all are dead. All the great prophets and teachers of the world are dead. He says, in this evanescent world, where everything is falling to pieces, we have to make the highest use of what time we have. Very important, precious words. These are very precious statement. In this evanescent world, where everything is falling to pieces, we have to make the highest use of what time we have, unquote. Says the Bhakto, a real, genuine devotee who has already grown love for God. He or she will not think of anything for selfish. He or she will always think that yes, everything is changing. This body will go. Let it be utilized. It is better to die, and it is better to be worked out than to be rushed out. One day it will automatically fall back. Before that, let it be utilized for the good of the whole creation. Why? I will serve the creation because everything is, through everything, in everything is my chosen deity, my God, my Ishta. So, what great thing can one think of other than this? So, and really the highest use of life is to hold it at the service of all beings. Shiva Jnani Jiva Seva. Service to man is service to God. Serve human beings, not as human beings. Not that, oh, you are poor, I am giving you. No. After your service, after your donation, after your gift, after whatever you have done for others, the giver must kneel down before the receiver and with folded hand will pray, oh, my God, I am so blessed that you have chosen me to serve you in the form of poor, the needy. So, I am so blessed that you have chosen me. You could have done it through anybody. Nothing I came with, nothing I will be able to go with when I leave. But you are allowing me, utilizing me to use what I have got from you in this world for the benefit of others, for the good of others. So I am so blessed. That humility should be there, that love should be there, that attitude should be there, that I am not giving. I am superior, you are inferior. I am rich, you are poor. I am giver and you are receiver. No. No such thought will enter in the mind of the devotee. Devotee will do everything, all the sacrifices out of his love and complete surrender to the will of God. That God has given this, it is His will that I utilize all these things in this way. So, and really the highest use of life is to hold it at the service of all beings. It is the horrible body idea that breeds all the selfishness in the world. Just this one delusion that we are wholly the body we own, and that we must by all possible means try our very best to preserve and to please it. Body, 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 my body. I am the body, so I have to preserve the body. I have to do anything and everything to make it happy, to please it. It is the greatest delusion, Swamiji is telling. If you know that you are positively other than your body, you have then none to fight with or struggle against. You are dead to all ideas of selfishness. So the Bhakta declares that we have to hold ourselves as if we are altogether dead to all the things of the world. And that is indeed self-surrender. So, devotee in his or her mind, innermost self, in the mind, thought, intelligence, everywhere it is there. No. Nahang, nahang, I am not. No. Everything is his. Everything is the presence of my chosen deity, creation of my chosen deity. So I surrender all my personal ego, wish, will to the will of God. Let things come as they may. This is the meaning of thy will be done. Let thy will be done means Not going about fighting and struggling and thinking all the while that God wills all our own weakness and worldly ambitions. Worldly ambition, I will say, no, God wills that. These are my ambitions. I am getting pleasure in it by gratifying my senses, desires, all these things, and trying to place it that, oh, it is God's will. It is not that. So, thy will be done, this is the meaning of thy will be done, not going about fighting and struggling and thinking all the while that God wills all our own weaknesses and worldly ambitions. It may be that good comes even out of our selfish struggles. That is, however, God's lookout. The perfect Bhakta's idea must be never to will and work for himself. Lord, quote, Lord, they build high temples in your name. They make large gifts in your name. I am poor, I have nothing, so I take this body of mine and place it at your feet. Do not give me up, O Lord, unquote. Such is the prayer proceeding out of the depths of the Bhakta's heart. This is absolute humility, self-surrender, resignation, complete, not trying to do anything on my own, thinking, I know what is good, what is better. No, let thy will be done. If God wishes, I will do anything and everything. Even this body is so dear to us. No, I will not consider that, even to give it up for the service of my chosen deity who is present in everyone. Swami Vivekananda, when Belur Math has just been purchased and there was plague attack in Calcutta, thousands of people were dying, and whatever funds Swamiji had collected, everything already, Sister Nivedita and Swamiji's other disciples, brother disciples, all were cleaning Calcutta city, sweeping and scavenging, all these things they were doing, because people are not doing all these things, thinking that if I go to you and if you already have got this, like this pandemic we are suffering, everything stopped. Nobody goes to anybody's house, all the doors and homes are closed. So that was the condition in Calcutta in 1898. Swamiji had just purchased the Belur Math with the help of many devotees, mostly from the Western devotees, American devotees. And then Swamiji said, yes, we are sadhus, we will stay, we will lie again under the trees, on the streets. What is the need of our monastery? There is no money, help, because God needs our help, service, through this service to this suffering plague patients. Help them. So he decided to sell it, Belur Math. Then Holy Mother said, my dear Naren, you are not even a trustee of this. You have purchased, but it is everything in the name of the trust board and other brother monks. You are nobody. How can you sell it? This is first. Then, my dear, Belur Math will be completely exhausted, finished, only by attending to the need of only one relief activities. How many reliefs will be done from here? So don't do that. Funds will come. Don't sell the Math property. So Swamiji then understood what I am doing. But see the heart, that I am ready to give up. And God, I am poor, many people have money, this, that. See the humility, see the self-surrender. I have nothing, so you do not give me up, O Lord. I place this body and mind at your feet. You accept it. See that I don't say I am doing this. Ahankaro vimaratma kartaham iti mannate. In the Gita, Sri Krishna is telling Arjuna, don't think you will be winner, victorious, because I have already done. Only just follow what I say. Don't think that you will kill, you will defeat, you will be victorious. It is not that. Everything is being done through my will. You only be the fit instrument. Follow. Tasmat sarveshu kaleshu maam anusmara yuddhacha. You fight the battle, but remember me, that everything is happening through my will, according to my will, not through your will and your efforts. Then we will not do anything. No, you have to do, this is self-effort. God's grace comes only when we exert our good resources, which God has given us free. Utilize your virtues, God will help you to go forward. And whether a failure or it is a success, don't bother. It is not your success, it is not your failure. But we are custodian of all this energy, time, whatever is there for me, my wealth, my good things, good thoughts. We are custodian. Let us utilize all these things for the good use, proper use. Such is the prayer proceeding out of the depths of the bhakta's heart. To him who has experienced it, this eternal sacrifice of the self unto the beloved Lord is higher by far than all wealth and power, than even all soaring thoughts of renown and enjoyment. Name, fame, enjoyment, all these things do not have any value to this kind of sacrifice, eternal sacrifice of the self unto the beloved Lord, at the service of Lord. If we can give any mother, any father, any chaste wife, any loving and honest husband, do they feel doing sacrifice for their husband, wife, son, daughter, father, mother? They rather become very happy. Say, all right, yes, I am so happy that I could do it. Oh, your blood and my blood, it is the same group. Oh, I am so happy that I could give my blood. If my blood group are different from you, then I could not have served you, helped you. So, oh, one kidney you need. There are kidney donors. I am not telling those who do it, sell it for their, but voluntarily they give. All right, I can manage with the one. And I am old now. Let one young man should. So, eye donation, blood donation, kidney donation, organ donations, nowadays people are there. They always think of others, that yes, my necessity is over. I cannot do anything with that. Why not it be utilized for a better, higher, greater cause? So their mind becomes changed. A devotee becomes completely self-surrendered, resigned at the will of God, and he or she doesn't get any joy in name, fame, enjoyment of anything in this world. He or she thinks all my resources should be utilized for the service of my chosen deity, for the service of the children of my chosen deity, for the good of the humanity. The peace of the bhakta's calm resignation is a peace that passeth all understanding and is of incomparable value. He is apratikullo, is a state of the mind in which it has no interest and naturally knows nothing that is opposed to it. In this state of sublime resignation, everything in the shape of attachment goes away completely, except that one all-absorbing love to Him, God, in whom all things live and move and have their being. This attachment of love to God is indeed one that does not bind the soul but effectively breaks all its bondages. This kind of attachment, doing things for the world, feeling the presence and manifestation of God in everything, that will not bind me. But when I do the same thing for my family members, for those whom I love, then it becomes a bondage. But when I do it for each and everyone without any discrimination, then thinking the presence of God divine in everyone, then it helps me. This attachment of love to God, indeed one that does not bind the soul but effectively breaks all its bondages. One becomes free of all other attachments, that yes, my life is now contented, satisfied, successful, that I could do something for the satisfaction, for the service of my chosen deity who appears through everyone. So this kind of his apratikullu, anything in the society, in my family, in my life coming, which I find that is not convenience. So no inconvenience in the life. Everything I am happy in all situations. Nothing is inconvenient. Nothing is a problem to me, because I am accepting everything as the will of God. So this kind of self-surrender comes automatically in the life of the devotees who has grown that para-bhakti, supreme love, devotion for the chosen deity. In the path of devotion, automatically this step by step, stage one after first stage, second stage, first step, second step, gradually higher and higher realm they experience and enjoy the joy. What a joy in sacrificing for others, even to give up my own life, which is so dear to everyone. So here ends this chapter, and then next chapter Swamiji starts the higher knowledge and the higher love are one to the true lover. This supreme knowledge and the supreme devotion are one to the true lover. A true devotee, in Master's life, Swamiji has seen, the Master was a supreme devotee of God, of the Divine Mother. At the same time, not only Divine Mother, devotee of Divine, child of Divine Mother at the same time. He was worshipping Ramchandra, he was worshipping Sri Krishna, he was worshipping other gods and goddesses. Not thinking Ma Kali is everyone. He knows my Ma Kali is in one form and in other forms. This Shiva, this Vishnu, this Rama, this Krishna. There are all different forms of my same Mother Kali. Hanumanji is telling, yes, I like Srinath Janaki Nath Abheda Paramatmani Tathapi Mama Sarvasya Rama Kamalachandra. Ramchandraji, I know that you Ramchandra and your Narayana Roop form and Vishnu form and your Ramchandra form, you are identical, same. It is not different. It is not different from you. But still, I like to meditate and see this lotus-eyed Ramchandra Murti. So Sri Ramakrishna knew the same one. So devotion, supreme devotion and supreme knowledge are not separate to a true lover. Who is a supreme devotee, he or she feels that, yes, what is supreme knowledge separately that I will be feeling I have to have that. I have not got anything. Supreme devotion, when one is possessed with, then supreme knowledge also automatically he or she feels that, yes, it is also there, because supreme knowledge is that ultimate reality is present everywhere, in everything, in this, here and there also, here and there. And supreme devotee also feels that my chosen deity, that God, is here and there, everywhere. So, wonderful ideas. Now we read. Swamiji starts, the Upanishads distinguish between a higher knowledge and a lower knowledge. And to the Bhakta, there is really no difference between this higher knowledge and his higher love, para-bhakti. There is no difference. To the Bhakta, B is capital. This is not ordinary Bhakta. Bhakta is that who has already generated, grown that supreme devotion, that complete surrender to the feet of will of his chosen deity. To such high stated devotees, Bhakta, supreme Bhaktas, devotees, there is really no difference between this higher knowledge and this higher love. The Mandukya Upanishad says, Ve vidye veditavye iti hasma yad brahma vedo vadanti parachaiva paracha tatra para rigvedo yajurvedo samvedo atharva veda shiksha kalpo vyakaranang niruktang chando jyotishamiti athapara yatha tadaksharam adhigammate. So, the meaning is the knowers of Brahman declare, the Gyanis, knowers of Brahman means those who are men and women of knowledge. They declare that there are two kinds of knowledge worthy to be known, namely the higher, para, and the lower, apara. Para and apara, higher and lower, two kinds of knowledge are there to be known, worthy to be known. Of these, the lower knowledge consists of the Rig Veda, Yajur Veda, Sam Veda, Atharva Veda, all the Vedas are all lower knowledge. It is not that higher, it is apara. Atharva Veda, the Shiksha or the science dealing with pronunciation and accent, the Kalpo or the sacrificial liturgy, through which how to go to heaven, this, that, home, all this in the Vedas, all this, these are there. And grammar, the Nirukta, or the science of dealing with etymology and the meaning of words, prosody and astronomy and the higher, all these things belong to apara, lower kind of knowledge. We need this for the maintenance of the body, for the sustenance of our life. We need it, but that is not the highest knowledge that we have to earn. We have to have, with the help of all these things, we have to go beyond this and achieve that higher knowledge. What is that? The higher knowledge is that by which that unchangeable is known. This tadaksharam adhigammate, through which, by which one knows that ultimate reality, that Atman, Brahman, Parabrahman, whatever name you give, that ultimate reality, through which one knows that, that is called para, supreme knowledge, para vidya. Others are lower knowledge. Even you can memorize the whole, all the Vedas, 4 Vedas, Jyotishas, Chanda, Nirukta, Vyakaran, grammar, all these things you may, astronomy. Yes, you do all these things, no problem. This will help you earn your bread. For your livelihood you need, for the sustenance of the body, but don't stop there. Go beyond this and achieve that knowledge through which that ultimate reality, that unchangeable, that birthless, deathless, Nitya, Shuddha, Buddha, Atman reality could be known, realized. That is the goal of human life, and you have to do that. Through all this apara vidya, lower knowledge, you achieve the goal, the highest knowledge, the higher knowledge, the knowledge of the Atman, knowledge of the Brahman, knowledge of the ultimate reality. So, this is Swamiji has quoted from a Upanishad, Mandukya Upanishad. The higher knowledge is thus clearly shown to be the knowledge of the Brahman, and the Devi Bhagavata gives us the following definition of the higher love, para bhakti. Now, Devi Bhagavata, another book, the Divine Mother's glory is chanted as we chant in the Chandi, Devi Mahatma. So, Devi Bhagavata is there. There, this Devi Bhagavata gives us the following definition of the higher love, para bhakti. What is this higher love, para bhakti? As para gyan, higher knowledge, we knew that knowledge of the unchangeable. And what is the higher love, highest devotion, para bhakti? Now, quote, as oil poured from one vessel to another and one vessel to another falls in an unbroken line, so when the mind in an unbroken stream thinks of the Lord, we have that, we have what is called para-bhakti or supreme love, supreme devotion for God. This is, Swamiji is quoting from Devi Bhagavad. What is that supreme devotion, para-bhakti? When the mind is in an unbroken stream, like the oil poured from one vessel to another, falls in an unbroken line. In such a way, if our mind also as an unbroken stream thinks of God, now and always, everywhere, in all situations, then we have what is called para-bhakti or supreme love. This is quoted from Devi Bhagavad, Chetasa vartanan chaiva tuilo dhara samang sada. This mind will always continuously, nivata nishkampo diposhikavat, the meditation is there, samadhi, dhyana, and this tuilo dharavat, without any break, oil being poured continuously, there is no break. So thinking of God always, without any break, that is called para-bhakti. If one thinks of God in that way, in the Gita Bhagavan is telling, Sri Krishna is telling, Arjuna, anannaschintantu mang ye yana parjupasate tesham nitta vijuktanam yogakshamam bhahanam. Anannaschintantu, no other thought is there, completely fixing the mind in me and me alone. The devotees who think in that way, I carry whatever they need, whatever they have got, I protect, and whatever they need for the achievement of their supreme goal, I carry myself. But you have to be continuously think of me, meditate on me, keep your mind on me and me alone. Anannaschinta, no other chinta, no other thought will be there in your mind. If you can become such kind of devotee, I take your full responsibility, my dear, no problem. I declare. Pratijanihi name bhakta pranashrati. You declare, I proclaim, I place, I give these words. You can tell the whole world that there is no distraction of my devotee who has taken shelter in me. I will never give him or her up. I will take all care. So, these wonderful words of hope, encouragement, inspiration is there in the scriptures. God is giving us that. In the path of knowledge, you have to take all the responsibility on you. I am that, I am everything. And in the devotion, path of devotion, I am nothing. God is everything. And in the path of knowledge, I am everything. I don't depend on anything. I am not attached to it. I am that. So you take the responsibility of everything, suffering, this, that. But if you are a bhakta, then I am nobody. Nahang, everything. Suffering, misery, what you are telling misery, it is not, I am not feeling it misery because it has come from my beloved, my God, my chosen deity has sent it. Because other than His will, nobody's will be working. I know that, so I don't have any problem. So, this is just thinking different. This kind of undisturbed and ever-steady direction of the mind and heart to the Lord with an inseparable attachment is indeed the highest manifestation of man's love to God. All other forms of bhakti are only preparatory to the attainment of this highest form thereof, namely the para-bhakti, which is also known as the love that comes after attachment, raga anuga. This raga anuga, this always that attachment for God and God alone, as I told, quoted from Gita. Mind will not go wherever, here and there, drifted to any other thing. No, it will remain attached completely to God and God, not attached to nothing else. Then it is called para-bhakti. And all other forms of bhakti are only preparatory to attainment of this para-bhakti. What bhakti, puja, path, all these things we do, it is Swamiji quoted in the in America. this Uttamo Brahma Sadbhavo Dhyano Bhavostu Madhyamaha Stutir Japo Adhamo Bhavo Bohi Puja Adhama Dhamma Mahanirvana Tantra. From there Swamiji quoted it in his lecture on paper on Hinduism in the World Parliament of Religion in 1893. Swamiji is telling that this man is to become divine by realizing the divine. Idols or temples or churches or books are only the supports, the helps of his spiritual childhood. But on and on he must progress. He must not stop anywhere. External worship, material worship, say the scriptures, is the lowest stage. Struggling to rise high, mental prayer is the next stage. But the highest stage is when the Lord has been realized. Thinking of Brahma Sadbhava, ever thinking of that ultimate reality. I am thinking of my chosen duty, my God, from whom everything has come out, everything is being done, everything is being conducted, within and without macrocosm and microcosm, all. So, who is controlling all these things? I am thinking of that God and God alone. That is Brahma Sadbhava. It is without form is Brahman, with form it is Ishvara, this God. So, these wonderful ideas are there. When this supreme love once comes into the heart of man, his mind will continuously think of God and remember nothing else. He will give no room in himself to thoughts other than those of God, and his soul will be unconquerably pure and will alone break all the bonds of mind and matter and become serenely free. He alone can worship the Lord in his own heart, to him forms, symbols, books and doctrines are all unnecessary and are incapable of providing serviceable in any way. In the beginning, the meaning of that adhama adhama, this Bahipraja rituals, these things begin with this. But step by step you have to go, finally you will find that which you, the murti, your idol, that deity which you are worshipping in the idol, in the form, it is formless also, is everywhere. So, step by step it will come, and he alone can worship the Lord in his own heart. God is here in my heart, God is there in everyone's heart, in everything. To him forms, symbols, books and doctrines are all unnecessary and are incapable of providing serviceable in any way. It is not easy to love the Lord thus. Ordinarily, human love is seen to flourish only in places where it is returned, where love is not returned for love. Cold indifference is the natural result. There are, however, rare instances in which we may notice love exhibiting itself even where there is no return of love. We may compare this kind of love for purposes of illustration to the love of the moth for the fire. The insect loves the fire, falls into it and dies. It is indeed in the nature of this insect to love so. To love because it is the nature of love. To love is undeniably the highest and the most unselfish manifestation of love that may be seen in the world. Such love working itself out on the plane of spirituality necessarily leads to the attainment of para-bhakti, supreme devotion. Wonderful idea Swamiji is giving an example that we find in nature, these insects, moths, they become so much attracted to the light, to the fire, that they know they will die, but they cannot but jump into the fire because they love the fire, they love the light, so they want to go there. They are giving, sacrificing everything they have. So, love for love's sake. I cannot but love God because that is what is in my nature. I cannot love, my mind doesn't go to anywhere. That is called para-bhakti. And this, when that para-bhakti enters in the mind of a person, he becomes ever blissful, joyful, free from any kind of bondage, completely free from anything, cheerful, joyful, blissful. Nothing he or she asks for. He or she is happy with whatever he or she has got. He or she doesn't have any complaint, any necessity, and sacrificing his or her life. It becomes natural, without any pain. It is a pleasure, no pain, rather. So, we stop here, and we will continue with this wonderful book, The Bhakti Yoga by Swami Vivekananda. We stop here. Om Shanti 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 Hari Om Tat Sat Shri Ramakrishna Arpanamastu. Is there any question? Thank you. Good.